I'm watching you. Well, I mean, I guess you're watching me. Anyways, hello and welcome back to LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. Man, it's been forever since I played this. I do not remember if we had gotten any of these checkpoints or anything like that. I just loaded it up and this is where we're going to start. I don't remember we got any. I'm not 100% obviously, but I am like 99% sure that we hadn't gotten any of these things. So now we can. I'm imagining there's one up here. I remember being up here and not seeing anything, but I might be wrong about that. Okay, we need Finn to go up here. I know that there's a pole up here that we need to throw a lightsaber into, but I don't. Okay, so here we go. All right, yeah. Now I remember. Now I remember what we're supposed to do. Okay. Alright, so if we pop this thing open, now we can get this battery in, and it'll all go super smoothly. Alright, we have successfully gotten everyone up here. That took a little while, so I had to cut that part out because that's kind of boring because you never know if they're going to mess it up or not. So I cut that part out for you guys. BB-8 is not up here, though, which kind of stinks, but I believe it was this order. Yep, that was correct. I wasn't positive. I always, I look at them, but I never pay attention, and I'm like, oh, right, I'm supposed to be, remembering this. But here's something interesting. I don't think there's going to be another LEGO game this year. I think there was the Harry Potter remaster that came out this year. There was LEGO Dimensions Year 2, and then there was LEGO Worlds, and then there was the LEGO City Undercover remaster. So because I don't have LEGO World or LEGO Dimensions, and I don't really count remasters because those games have already come out, I personally feel like we're still getting ripped off by one LEGO game should be coming out this year because they usually do two. So I was waiting for the second one, but it doesn't look like it's going to come. I mean, like, LEGO Dimensions Year 2, I just don't count that because I don't have LEGO Dimensions, and you need to spend a ton of money on that, and it's not just $60. And then remasters, well, I mean, I suppose you could count LEGO Worlds because that's like an update, and it's a big update, but mostly, that game already came out. It came out like a year ago, and even though it was in early access, just to me, this year seemed like it just didn't really do it for me. I mean, one new game, and that is LEGO World. I think that's what I'm going to count as the one new game. I mean, just to me, it's just been kind of like a fail because I was really thinking that we would get a DC game this year because it's been forever since we've gotten a DC game. I think the last one was in 2014 or 2013. I can't remember. It wasn't last year, so I think it was 2014. But it might have been 2013 that LEGO Batman 3 came out, and that was the last DC game that we got, not including LEGO Worlds or LEGO Dimensions. I keep calling it LEGO Worlds. But yeah, so to me, I was just really hoping for a LEGO Batman game or just something, So here's a question. What do you think about the style of this video so far? It's been very cut up. Very, just like different segments and stuff. I always wanted to do this, but I'm gonna try it this time. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know. I have the time how to edit it though. So I'm gonna at least try it because I always liked that style of video where it's just kind of choppy. Well, not choppy, but just very, cut this part out, cut all the boring parts out and just get to the content, So I'm gonna see how this will record. It'll obviously, if I do like how this turned out, I'll do it more. I'll have to get good at telling how long the actual video will be because obviously I would need to record more than just what I have on the time. But yeah. So where am I supposed to take these guys? Aha! I found it. It's just this little thing I'm supposed to push. I don't think I ever would have found that had I not just seen the long bar, because there's nothing telling you that it requires multiple people, except for the longer bar, so when you see those, don't expect it to be like, oh, well, it's gonna tell me that there's 4 people that need to be there. No, the hooks obviously do, because there's 4 different hooks, but these don't. I think there's actually vehicles that you can get that will shoot 4 different hooks, because obviously you can't just always have 4 people in your party that have, that ability. So I think there are some vehicles, but I'm not positive about that. Okay, so now we need to grab this thing. Okay, there we go. That took a while. That was weird. Finn, you need to pull it too. I do like now how you can, you know, switch characters while you're doing something, because before you couldn't. I don't believe before you could actually switch characters. Ooh, here's something exciting. Now, I've completely gotten off topic. The fork. I have a fork. Do you know what a fork is? You might not know what a fork is. A fork. A fork is this little McDonald's invention. Just look up fork, F-R-O-R-K, and you'll know what it is, and it's amazing. And they're only available today. So if you have interest in the fork, you should see if they still have some, because it's only going to be available today at select McDonald's. So, I'm just saying. Not an advertisement.
Sorry, I forgot your cookies, Chewie. No, it was not deliberate.
No, it's not an advertisement. I'm just saying the fork is awesome, and it doesn't get your hands as dirty when you're eating fries. It's amazing, and it's just amazing. Period. That's a period right there. Okay, what do you have to say? Noid Alien Battle. Okay, C-3PO can probably talk to him.
Excuse me, sir. Would you be so kind as to provide us with access to the supply store? Dear, I am afraid Master Nam is not in a cooperative mood. Apparently, he was promised beetleberry ice cream to cope with the heating here, and he is unwilling to assist until the promise is made good.
Not a problem. Nam is a hero of the rebellion who helped destroy the second Death Star. Frankly, he can even have extra sprinkles if he wants them. It's the same deal with Han, but don't tell him I said that.
Well, I'm assuming this elevator here is supposed to take me to where I need to go. Ding. Okay. Let's see. I don't have anyone strong enough to do that, so I'm guessing I just need to build something here. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. That was my phone. These telemarketers are driving me crazy. I get like 3 or 4 calls a day. And it's even worse. I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant here. It's even worse when it's in the morning. I have woken up sometimes to my phone, and it's a telemarketer, and I get so mad. Or I'll be waiting for someone to call me, and I get that call, and it's a telemarketer, and it's just like, oh, why do you do this to me? I didn't do anything to you. It just bothers me. I just can't stand that. Because I've been getting these calls for probably a year or 2 now. Especially during Christmas time. It's crazy. I mean, I know why it gets crazy around Christmas time. It's so frustrating. Especially, like I said, when you're trying to sleep. Or it's in the middle of the night and, oh, bleh. I've woken up before at like 7 o'clock because I got a call from a telemarketer. And like right then, I was in the middle of a video and it was a telemarketer. That's happened before. I don't know if I mentioned it before. I know I haven't ranted about it before, but now I'm ranting. Can you tell? Can you tell that I'm ranting? This is me ranting. Okay. Let's do this more. This, here's the update. So Ukulele, alright. Ukulele has been out for 2 weeks now. I think it's about 2 weeks. Yeah, it's about that. And it's a really fun game. I mentioned how much I enjoyed it in my live stream. You can go check that out. It's in the top right corner right now. But I really enjoyed that game. And they just released an update for it, which I think is just so needed. And
I doubt even Arthur could have manipulated it so skillfully.
Those cases are pretty secure. It's going to take a fair amount of firepower to crack it open.
And that is the option to skip dialogue, because that was my biggest problem with the game, is that the final boss, right? If you mess up on that, or you stop, then, well, not necessarily if you mess up, but if you stop the game and you go back to it later, you have to go through the entire cutscene again. If you leave the tower, you have to go through the entire cutscene again. And it's so annoying.
He was most emphatic upon that point.
I mean, it's just annoying. I hated that feature. That was my biggest problem with the game, is because I didn't want to go through, I didn't want to quit in the middle of a quest because I just didn't want to go through all the dialogue again. Especially since it takes a while for you to get through a cutscene. But now they've added the option to skip, and I'm really glad they did. Another thing that's coming in a future update is if you look at the, what's it called? Tonic. The tonic menu, there's a a 64-bit version. Not 64-bit. I don't know what it's called. But basically, soon in a free update, you'll be able to turn your game into what it would look like on a Nintendo 64, and I'm really excited for that. Also, they're going to release more of the soundtrack, so you can listen to the full soundtrack. I am really excited for that, because that was, like, when I saw that, I was so excited. I was sad that it hadn't come yet, but I was excited again because it was in a free update. I don't know when they're going to make it. I was hoping that this update was it, but it wasn't, sadly. But soon I think we'll be able to get that, and I will play through the game again in that mode, because I'm really excited for it. I hope that you don't have to beat the game to get that version, and it's like one of those tonics you get right off the bat, because I would love...
Never change. True. Still driving me crazy. If you see our son, bring him home.
I would love to be able to play through the entire game like that. I just think that would be awesome. Alright, The Resistance. Free play unlocked. Awesome. Have you guys ever played through the game in story mode again after you've beaten it? Because I've never done that. I don't see the point why you wouldn't just start over and then you can experience the 100%ing part again. To me, it doesn't make sense. But I'm sure people just like love that one specific mission. And they like to play it in story mode because that's when it's best. So they do it like that. I'm sure that's the reason. I don't think I've ever played through an entire mission in story mode again after I've unlocked free play mode. Because to me, free play mode is just superior. You know, like, to me, my mission as soon as I get a LEGO game is, how fast can I 100% this? Because that's where I get my fun out of it, is just 100%ing it. Because it does take a while. I think there's only one LEGO game that I still have that I have not two LEGO games that I have and I have not 100%ed, and that is LEGO City Undercover, because that was a just gigantic game. And I don't see why they haven't made a game again that big, but wow, that was a big game. There was so much stuff to do in it too, but it just, to me, the whole gamepad and that situation just wasn't very comfortable to play. I much prefer a controller than the gamepad. From what I can tell, the Switch seems better, though. Better than the gamepad, because it's lighter weight, and also they have that dock thing. That dock controller, so you can, play a switched controller if you want. So I don't think there's many games that you actually need to use the gamepad for. But LEGO City Undercover was one of those games that you need to use the gamepad. So I'm glad that they've redone it in Xbox. I probably won't get it because I just already have that game, and I can play it whenever I want. But I definitely think that is the superior way to experience it. I definitely do. I think that if you haven't gotten LEGO City Undercover yet and you're looking at it, you're looking at the Wii version or another version, I personally would recommend the another version unless you love the gamepad. Because, I mean, I totally get it if you love the gamepad. There are some cool things about it, like how you can use the camera and all that. That, to me, it was really cool. But it also just wasn't enough to make the uncomfortableness of it worth it. That's why I got a Pro Controller for my Wii U. Not for the Switch, because that is just crazy expensive. But for my Wii U, I did. And I think it was a really good investment. It's definitely made my experience better having that. Okay, so now both of those are even, and we can do something. Not sure what, though. Alright, I'm supposed to build something else. Okay, it's right there, I guess. I started building something right there. I don't know how it is. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, I figured it out. Okay, so you need to do that, and then you need to do the middle one, and then you need to do the right one. Sorry, guys, I have some sickness brain right now, so I can't exactly think straight. Alright, so there we go. And then break that. Quickly build that over there, so we can fill that part up, and boom!
Go put the coordinates in the Navicomputer. Hey, maybe choose somewhere.
Yeah, that wasn't a lot of power. But anyways, oh, here's something that I've been doing. Let's get to the control hub, and then I'll tell you about it. Okay, so here's something that I've been doing. I have been watching Legends of Tomorrow, the show that is probably the easiest show to make fun of. Oh, I'm not supposed to be doing Chapter 8 already. I guess I am. Escape from Starkiller Base. Yeah. I feel like we've gotten to Chapter 8 so fast. I thought we were on the, like, Chapter 4 or so. I guess this is quite a while into the series. It's just been so long. Alright. Starkiller Sabotage. With the Starkiller's next target confirmed as their base of operations, the Resistance puts a desperate plan into action to destroy the vast superweapon. Then there's an awkward silence for a while. Unable to get through the defensive shield surrounding the Starkiller, Han Solo, Finn, and Chewbacca attempt a daring infiltration ploy. And that would be it, so let's skip. Wow, that was loud, I think.
How are we getting them? Their shields have a fractional refresh rate. Keeps anything traveling slower than light speed from getting through.
We're making our landing approach at light speed.
Alright, Chewie, get ready.
I am pulling up.
Oh, really? You're cold? The flooding tunnel's over that ridge. We'll get in that way.
Let's do it, shall we? Oh my gosh, I've gotten a floating chair. This is amazing. Oh, well, it's not exactly a floating chair. Anyways, it's spewing studs, so I'm game for that. Anyways, Legends of Tomorrow, the easiest CW show to make fun of. But I am loving it. It's really fun. It's really cool. I actually do enjoy the superheroes. I haven't watched season 2 very much. I've watched like 2 episodes of it, and it seems pretty good. But season 1 was really good, especially to me, because it had Ray and it had Captain, or not Mr. Freeze, whatever, Captain Cold, I believe. Is that his name? I can't think of it right now. It's on screen right now. But it had those characters, and those were some of the best characters. Personally, I love the sidekicks, okay? I think they're some of the coolest characters in CW shows. They just do sidekicks really well. I mean, personally, my favorite is Roy, but, you know, we don't talk about him right now because it's sad that he's never probably coming back. There's rumor of the Teen Titans show, like I said, but I don't listen to rumors very much. Anyways, Roy is my favorite character. It was probably my favorite, one of my favorite characters, just in CW, in the CW Arrowverse, because it's just such a cool character and so unique. To me, he was the perfect blend of Oliver and Thea. I mean, he was really cool. But I personally, especially liked how he left the show, because I think he's a main character or something like a main character on a different show. I never actually looked that up. I just heard it, but I think he's definitely on another show. But I don't know if he's a main character or not. So that's probably why he left. But to me, he's just a really cool character. And, oh, I'm sinking down in the snow. That's a cool effect. Alright, let's sneak across here now, shall we? I say shall we a lot, don't I? I didn't even realize that I say it a lot, but I do. Alright, so let's use Han Solo. You know, all of these cuts might make you guys think that I'm actually messing up a lot more. That is not the case. I just wanted to try out this style. Okay, be sure, feel free to let me know in the comments below if you liked this style. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but let me know down below if you like this style, if you want me to go back to the normal, I just show everything off, even my failures, version, but I personally, I feel like since I have the, what just happened? Because since I have the time now to do it, I just feel like I would finally try to do this, and, you know, because now, if I mess up, I can just do it again. I mean, I can, because if I mess up, like, there's autosave in this, which I personally don't like. I don't like games that force you to use autosave, but if I mess up, I can go back to my 100% name and do this level in story mode, and then just resume on this name when I come back, the next time. But, yeah. So that's a handy little feature. I mean, it's basically auto-save, or not, basically just save points. Every level, I can do it again, which is nice because the reason I didn't like recording Tomb Raider was because it was final. If I messed up, I messed up. There was no going back and doing the level again. There was nothing. If I messed up it was over. You know, that's why there was a lot of audio failures in Tomb Raider. There was a lot of, I'm sorry, my audio didn't record. I'm sorry, my audio just sucks. That was also because I was just starting out. Tomb Raider was the first series I did, and my audio equipment wasn't the right one. So there was a bunch of problems there, but mostly it was just because I couldn't redo it, you know? I couldn't redo the intros, or I couldn't really redo anything. The outros were my biggest problem with that, because the intros I could just stop recording and record again, because I'm usually stationary when I'm doing the intro, but the outro, I'm doing stuff, you know? That's usually why I paused, is just because that way if I messed up, I could just continue talking again with the pause screen. And that's just why. Also because I didn't want to die and add to my death counter while I was just doing the outro. Both of those are reasons that I did that. Wow, there were a lot of studs right there. Alright, I guess we just shoot these targets. There's no point on trying to get that red brick. I'm obviously not supposed to get it yet. I probably either need a flying character or an acrobatic character. I don't know which one I'll need, but I thought I could get up there if I just jumped on this and then jumped again on that, but it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, that's just not going to work. I think there might even be an invisible border there. I'm not too sure. Look at the time. Yeah, it's time to end off this episode because I have rambled on. But anyways, that'll be it for this episode. In the top left corner right now is, let's say, the latest Mass Effect video. In the top right corner is the Fallout video, because I'm hoping to resume that soon. And in the middle is my logo. You can click that to subscribe. I will see you